Hello everyone, สวัสดีค่ะ My name is Bibi and I'm a grade 12 student from UWC Thailand. Now before I start, I would like to invite you all, if comfortable of course, to close your eyes or lower down your gaze and picture, what is peace to you? What is it exactly? Because it's a really broad word. Now just take a moment, I'll give you guys a moment. Is peace silence? Is it world leaders shaking hands? Or maybe to a lot of you, it's just a simple, really strong cup of coffee that gets you through all your meetings. Now, what about sustainability? What does sustainability look like to all of you? Is it maybe taking care of our environment? Or maybe it's taking care of the forest that can last for generations? Or a hotel buffet that magically refills itself over and over again? Although, of course, sustainability is not just about unlimited breakfast. Sustainability is to make sure the good things in life don't run out for us, and also our future generation. Now, why am I asking you all to picture these things? Well, that's because I believe that education is the bonding bridge. It's the reason that peace and a sustainable future is possible, and my journey through education has taught me just how powerful it can be. Now, I remember when I first ever entered high school. My perspective on education was just like any other. Grades, A+, B+, textbooks, exams on top of exams on top of exams. And over the years, I've come to realize that education is not only about that. It's actually not only limited to inside what you do in a classroom. Education is understanding someone who is completely different from you. Education is how we learn to take responsibility for the world that we share. Now, although academics and what we do in a classroom is also important and plays a huge part in the mission. For example, the classes that I take at UWC Thailand don't teach me to memorize, but they teach me to think critically, to question, and to connect the knowledge that I learned to the real world. For example, global politics. Global politics teaches us conflict and justice that happens in our world. Environmental science teaches us about our environment and how we can care for it. Even subjects like history and English, they teach us empathy and they show us all of the different human experiences that we share. So for me, education, it's not about filling up a bucket, but instead, I'd like to say it's kind of like finding a compass, finding your own personal compass, a compass that will fit you and your needs, but in the end points to one direction and all the same direction, which is a peace and sustainable future. Now, I love traveling, and I'm sure many of you do. And I love traveling because I love to explore new things and new cultures. Fortunately for me, I go to a school with students from over 60 countries, so I feel like I'm learning so many new things from so many new cultures without having even to go anywhere. I don't need to sit on a plane to go to Japan, to China. I can just do it all here. I get to rub shoulders with students from China, Croatia, Bangladesh, with cultures and histories that are completely different from mine. These conversations, it makes me realize that peace and sustainable future, they're not at all abstract concepts, but instead, they're actually lived realities. The beauty in these conversations and the experiences that we share, those are education within itself. They teach us empathy, and they teach us to see beyond our own perspective. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, to me, that is the most powerful kind of education that there is. Now, peace, as I learned, is not world leaders signing treaties and shaking hands. Peace is simply mutual understanding. When you're in a community with over 60 nationalities, with people who used to be the other, you kind of stop neglecting the differences, but instead you start to embrace them. You embrace them and you learn about the differences. You start to connect. You start to find common ground. And with that, you start to find peace. Now you can do this with anyone, with the person sitting next to you. You can look at them, you can embrace your differences, and that's how you can start just something, just a little bit of peace. Now sustainability as well has become more than just a concept for me. Sustainability for me, is about learning through outdoor education, going on camps, kayaking through the mangroves. It's about being with the environment, being present in the environment, not just sitting in a classroom studying it. It's about the fact that all of these concepts, it's actually lived, it's experienced, and it is our responsibility to protect it. Now, education can be personalized. I found the power of education through art. When I paint murals, I like to think it as expressing what I learn and what I believe. I see murals as a conversation in color. When I paint, I want to express peace, and I want to express empathy, and I want to leave a mark. I want to leave a mark for our future, and I want to create change. Now, here's the thing. We all have the power to do that. Every single person in this room has the power to choose their own path. You all have the power to find your own personal compass that fits your needs. It's just, for me, it started with a wall, a paintbrush, and a girl with a really, really big dream. Education has taught me empathy over judgment, listening over assuming, action and over apathy. It has taught me how to be resilient, how to be a good leader, and also creativity. And that is why I feel that education is the most powerful force that there is. Now, I would not be standing here today without the people that made it possible. So I want to take the moment to thank Rise 2025 for inviting me to do this speech today. I want to thank UWC Thailand community for letting me grow in a community with absolutely no limits. I also want to thank, most importantly, my parents and all my loved ones for supporting me to be the woman that I am today. Now, before I end my speech, maybe I can leave you all with this. If peace for me begins with how we treat one another, then let me leave you all with this little thought. In your own work, in your own spaces, could be your office, your meeting, your home, the space that you create for people all over the world. How can you make that space not just welcoming, but a force for a peace and sustainable future? Thank you so much. ขอบคุณค่ะ